Good afternoon, children. Welcome to today's class. As we have finished the chapter of this chapter, language of chemistry, so we are going to start the exercise of this chapter. But before that, in one part, you are having some doubt, that is endothermic and exothermic reaction. So we are going to start with that. Then we will start the exercise. Okay, so what is exothermic reaction? As we discussed in our last class, exothermic reaction, there are two kind of reactions. uh, we can categorize the reactions in terms of the evolution of heat or absorption of heat uh, in these two categories, that is exothermic and endothermic. So exo, this term exo means outside or outward, or wherever we are we will be getting the evolution of heat during the reaction. So those kind of reactions, those reactions we will call as exothermic reaction, where heat will evolve. Okay, suppose a very simple example of this kind of reactions are, if we burn any fuel. So the symbol of fuel we will as carbon. Suppose if we burn coal in presence of oxygen, so coal or carbon that will combine with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Okay, here along with carbon dioxide we are going to get heat and light. Okay, so here we can see that heat is evolved during the reaction. So this kind of reaction we will call as exothermic reaction. Okay, so here we can get the heat, or with the product we are getting the heat. Okay, so heat will evolve during the reaction. That's why this kind of reactions are called exothermic reaction. Another example of this kind of reactions are, suppose if we dissolve sodium hydroxide. This is a base. Okay, sodium hydroxide is a base, is a strong base, strong alkali. Okay, so if we dissolve this, if we add water in this, in sodium hydroxide, and if we do this process, if we dissolve sodium hydroxide in water in a beaker, then the we cannot hold the beaker in our hand, because tremendous heat will evolve there. Okay, by holding the beaker only we can feel the heat. That means when sodium hydroxide dissolves in water, tremendous heat will evolve in this process. So this kind of reactions are also, this is also an example of exothermic reaction. Okay, so the reactions where heat will evolve, so those reactions we will call as exothermic reaction. What about endothermic reaction? This is just opposite to endothermic reaction. Endo means inward or inside. So endothermic reactions are just opposite to the exothermic reactions. Here heat will be absorbed during the reaction. In endothermic reaction heat will absorb. So in the same manner, if we take ammonium chloride, this is a salt, ammonium chloride, it's a salt. If we dissolve ammonium chloride in water, we can see that heat will be absorbed. Or if we do this process in a beaker, same as sodium hydroxide and water, if we do this process in a beaker, if we hold the beaker, we can feel that it is cooler than the water which we have taken before. Okay, that means here heat will be absorbed during this process. So we can write as minus heat here. Exothermic reactions, during the exothermic reactions or when we will express the exothermic reaction in this manner, there as heat is evolving, so we will be using the plus sign here. Okay, plus heat. In this manner we are going to write, but in endothermic reactions we will just do the opposite. That means we will write minus heat as heat is absorbed here. Okay, or the melting of ice, that is also a endothermic reaction. So as just in mathematical equations we write this plus or minus, and we can interchange the sign, and we can write it by interchanging left hand side and right hand side. So in this manner we can write, or this just ammonium chloride plus water. So as we have written minus this side, so if we write plus, okay, and we are going to get the desired the dissolved ammonium chloride in this manner. Okay, so as we have written minus this side, so as we are interchanging this heat, this whole part, so we will be just changing the sign here from minus to plus. For this also, for this reaction also, we can write in this manner: C plus O2, this heat, then we will be writing this side minus heat, then this side only carbon dioxide will be, we have to write. Okay, just we are interchanging the sign, and we are taking it to the left hand side. Okay, just like the mathematical equations. So endothermic reactions are those reactions where during the reaction we are heat will be absorbed. Okay, so melting of ice, this is also a, writing this here, ice plus heat, then we are going to get the water. So this process is melting of ice. So this is also a endothermic reaction. This reaction we can write in this manner: ice to water minus heat. Okay, these two are same only, just when we are writing heat this side, then here we have to write plus, and when we are interchanging the side, then we have to write minus heat this side. Okay, so these are the difference between exothermic and endothermic reaction. Now we will start the exercise of your textbook. Page number I am telling you, then it will be easy for you to get that. It's page number 67. Exercise of language of chemistry. Page number 67. Okay. There are, from the first only let us do. The first question is define. We need to define different terms, that is radical, valency, molecular formula. These three are there. So these three you are going to get in the book only. So from there you can write. Okay, we are not discussing this anymore. But if then also you are having some problem, then you tell me. Then otherwise, if you are having problem, then next class we will be discussing this. This very easily you are going to get in the book. Okay, so I'm not wasting time on this. Next, number 2, give the symbols and valencies of following radicals. Okay, this we will be doing. Symbols and valencies. So first one is can make a list in this manner. Number 1 is hydroxide. So in this manner you make columns, make a table. First one is hydroxide. Its symbol is OH minus. Its valency is 1. Valency is nothing but the number of positive or negative charge on it. Okay, so irrespective of the sign, we will be taking the number of charges. So here 1 unit of negative charge is there, so that will be the valency of the radical. So hydroxide is OH minus. Number 2, second one is chloride. Number B, it's AB in this manner it is given, so that only we are using. Chloride. Cl minus. Here also we are getting the valency as 1. Next, number C. Carbonate. CO3 minus, CO3 2 minus. Okay, carbonate, CO3 2 minus. So here valence will be 2. Okay, next number D, ammonium. It's a positive radical, NH4 plus. Okay, its valency will be 1. Next, nitrate. It will be D. Nitrate is E. Nitrate. This is NO3 minus. So its valency will be 1. 1 unit of negative charge. So valency will be 1. So in this manner you make a table and write it. Okay. Another thing, for this exercise, no need to copy all the questions, but as I used to tell you all that whenever you are writing the answer, you write in such a manner that in full sentence you write, or for definitions and all give heading, so that we can easily understand the question. Okay, no need to copy all the questions, but from the way of writing, the question can be understood. In that manner you have to write. Okay, next, we have to write the molecular formula for the oxides and sulfides of following elements. This is question number 3. Next, molecular formula for the oxides and sulfides of the following elements. So here again we will be making the table. The first element is sodium. In bracket, let us write down the symbol. So oxide of sodium, oxide of sodium, as we know that valency of sodium is 1 and oxides valency is 2. Oxides means O2 minus. Okay, so here also you write down the symbol. Sulfides are S2 minus. Okay, so what will be the formula of oxide of sodium? Na2O. Okay, sodium's valency, that is 1, that will go to oxygen here, and oxygen's valency will come to sodium, so Na2O. Sulfide also we will be getting this in same manner, so it will be Na2S. Okay, next calcium. Calcium is Ca. Okay, its valency is 2, so calcium 2 plus, that will be the ion. So oxide of calcium, calcium's valency is 2, oxide's valency is also 2, so Ca2O2, or it will be CaO. Okay, as both are 2, so this will be just side by side, we will be writing the symbol of the elements. Next, for sulfide also it will be CaS. Okay, next hydrogen, number C. It's H plus or H symbol. So oxides of hydrogen, that is water, H2O. Just like sodium, sodium's valency is 1, hydrogen's valency is also 1. So just like sodium, we will be getting the formula of, molecular formula of oxide of hydrogen. For sulfide also same thing, H2S. This is hydrogen sulfide. Okay, so these are the molecular formula of this elements. So if you know the valency of the radicals, values of the elements, values of the radicals, then you can construct the molecular formula of your own. These are given in the exercise. This doesn't mean that only these questions or these formulas will come in exam. Okay, so you have to know how to construct the formula, and for any type of formula, any radicals and all, you have to be prepared to construct the formula for any radical. Okay, so you must learn how we are writing the formulas. Next, question number 4. What is the question? Here we have to write the molecular formula for the following compounds, and we have to name the elements present in it. Okay, so here again we are making the table. So compounds, their molecular formula, and elements present. These 3 will be the table for us. So you can understand easily that if you don't write the question here, then also easily we can understand what is the question. So in this manner I am telling you to write down the answers. So the first one is number A, baking soda. This is the common name of the compound. Its molecular formula will be Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3. Okay, sodium bicarbonate. Elements present, we are having sodium, hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. Okay, this four. Number B, common salt. Common salt, its molecular formula is NaCl, sodium chloride. So elements present will be, actually let us draw a line here. Mix. So here elements present will be sodium and chlorine. So here one thing you remember, when we are writing the elements present, we will not write, suppose here as we have written chlorine, so you cannot write chloride. Chloride is the name of the radical, but element present will be chlorine. Chlorine is the name of the element, so we are not writing the name of the radical, we are writing the name of the element present, so chlorine. Okay, next, number C, sulfuric acid. So its molecular formula we know, H2SO4. This is a very strong acid, sulfuric acid. So elements present will be hydrogen. Hydrogen is there. Sulfur. And oxygen. Okay, these three are there, hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. Next, number 4, number D, that is nitric acid. This is another acid. Its molecular formula is HNO3. HNO3. So elements present will be hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. So students, today's class I am ending here. Okay, you go through this, you write down this answers in your exercise book, in your school's copy. Okay, and read the chapter thoroughly. You must learn how to write down the molecular formulas. Okay, no need to just memorize this. You must learn how to write the molecular formulas, and for that you must learn the radicals, molecular formula of the radicals with their valencies. Okay, so that you need to practice properly. So do that, in that way you study. Okay, so do it, and till then have a good day. Next day we will be doing the rest part of the exercise. Thank you.